Darla Ramirez-Leitner, and I am the coordinator of Collegiate and Career Affairs here on the secondary campus. So I do work with curriculum for career readiness and also career college readiness. So any events such as the College and Career School Fair, the job fair, working in the classroom with the school counselors when it comes to Naviance. Those are things that I directly work with.
So my name is Carlo Rice, and I'm coming from New York University, NYU, and I'm one of the assistant directors in undergraduate admissions located on the New York team.
I'm coming from Point Park University, and I'm a freshman admissions counselor.
I am coming from Butler County Community College, so BC3, and my role is the assistant director of admissions. So I recruit students. I come to high schools, college fairs. I meet with students who come to campus, and I also work with our marketing department. So we're getting you guys emails and communications about any on-campus events that you can come to visit.
I see that the college landscape has really changed. So being in the unknown and being that college admissions and even looking at statistics have changed, that causes some uncertainty with the whole process. It isn't the same process it was 5 years ago, and it's always changing.
I've been feeling pressure to take classes more focused on what major I want to major in college. I take a lot of music classes, so it's kind of hard to fit some of my other classes into it, and I feel pressure to put more classes and, oh, maybe I shouldn't be taking this music class, maybe I should be taking a computer science class instead.
I do feel a pressure to take certain types of classes to get me into college, mostly when it comes to AP classes, because I didn't really take them before senior year, and I felt like I just wanted to make my transcript look a little better before I started applying to colleges.
I think some schools don't understand that these are 17-year-olds. They're still children. They don't know anything about how to be an adult, and I think sometimes we treat high school students like they're adults, but do not give them the rewards that adults get. So they're getting treated like a child while being expected to act like an adult.
You hold these. I know. You're gonna put your thumb in there? Good job. And we're gonna cut.
I did feel a certain type of pressure because there are requirements that you have to go to certain schools. You have to have language requirements and you have to have math requirements. So based on that, I did feel like I had to take certain courses.
The most stressful part, I believe, in the application process is actually putting out the application and knowing what to include with that application, because there are many applications a student can utilize, and there are many parts of the application that they have that decision. Are they going to put in the essay? That could be optional. Are they going to submit their test scores? That could be optional. You also have your choices of applications.
The anxiety that I see within students, extremely high at times, right? And it's per se because when you hear numbers, the numbers is what makes the students really anxious and really feel, am I gonna make it? Do I compare to the other students applying? What's happening? How can I go about this? How can I explain? And that anxiety level, just from hearing numbers, increase. And the students often are calling, are emailing, are trying to plead their case, when in actuality, it's all right. There was a pandemic that happened. We're still not out of that pandemic. There's things that happen within education, within the students. That alone causes anxiety for how the student was seen or how the student is perceived.
But when thinking about applying to college, it isn't just a matter of throwing out an application, okay? It's a matter of, is this a good fit school for you? It is not about just because it's a popular name or your friends are applying. I mean, and I think that is what, when students are thinking of this whole application process, I think some students may lose the fact that, yeah, I really need to be looking for those best fit schools for me. everyone's unique, and everyone's college process is a unique way to look at it. You know, what's good for you is not going to be the best fit schools that might be for somebody else. So that's important to know, is that you know, the most crucial step is finding the best schools out there for your list that meet your needs.
I've mostly struggled trying to find the right college with location, and I don't really know where I want to go to college. I've never had a top school in mind, and I really just don't know where I want to go. I just have to do a lot of research on the programs and see if they include like what major I want to go into, because some don't even have certain programs.
You want to submit materials that highlight your strengths, okay? Whether that be a strong essay, whether that be, you know, your test scores.
So what I look for in a student is very interesting. I look for the student that is able to connect through paper. I know I keep talking about writing, and I keep talking about it, but that's because that was my background. But the student that could connect through their writing, tell a story, let it unravel, that's what I'm looking for.
So we look for anything in a student. We don't have any criteria for our regular majors. Any student who wants to come to BC3 to be a graphic design student can apply, or if they want to come to school to be work in the business force or HR realm or be a biologist. We just want students to come do what they love, so that's why we accept all students.
Be yourself and do the things you want to do. So we have so many students who come in, and a lot of them have great grades. The highest GPA I've seen is a 5.11. Yeah. So do your passions. Be who you are, and don't try to be someone else. I know it's really hard in high school when you're trying to figure out who you are, but do what you want to do and just try to do what makes you happy. And we'll see that through your work.
You need to be on top of that, because my process wouldn't be the same as your process to your, you know, your neighbor's process or someone else in the senior class. I mean, everyone has their own unique process based off of the strengths of that application. So you just need to do your research well and be aware of that, yes.
My ideal college campus it's cute, and it's all packed into one area, so I don't have to walk very far to go a mile across campus. And there's a medium-sized amount of people, not crazy big, but medium.
I'm looking for somewhere in the city, but more closer together. I just want the freedom of being able to be in a city and being able to do whatever I want and like go places.
My ideal college campus would probably be a little bit bigger than mid-sized, with like an active student life, football team, that kind of stuff.
Ideal college campus would probably be just like a smaller group sessions, like classes and stuff, and just like a tight-knit community where you don't have to like, you'll know everyone mostly, and just like not have it super close to a city, but close enough where you can go and still have fun as well. So
I think my ideal college campus would just be one with like a nice environment, and like it just in general just kind of feels homey when you're away from home, but also has like great opportunities for me to continue the things that I like to do.
What the student can do to make them stand out from others is really taking into consideration the process, and then also being able to fully explain themselves when it comes down to paper. As I said, the personal statement is an insight, or basically that door to open up to who you are. So that personal statement should give me that insight. That personal statement, I should already know exactly who you are. I should already have some type of inclination on what do you plan on doing career-wise or education-wise, right? And that's where that piece falls in. And standing out is the individual that can actually fully develop a well thought and cohesive personal statement, while also making sure that they're explaining the things that they would like to do. Showing the extracurricular activities. If they've done community service, receiving community service letters. Who's writing their letters of recommendation? These are all the things that can make a student stand out. We've had students that actually start their own business, right? Before even coming to college, they're already running a business. I know I wasn't thinking about it. I know it didn't cross my mind. It was like, hey, just get into school. If you get in, that's great. But you have students doing various other things. So students are standing out today in more ways than they ever have.
I'm most looking forward to being able to be independent in college.
I'm just excited to be able to kind of live my own life and have my own space and be responsible for myself.
I'm looking forward to the freedom to do whatever I want, whenever. It'll be less scheduled, maybe have like less activities going on.
I think I'm looking forward to just finding like myself outside of high school, because I feel like when you're in high school you strive so much to be like everyone around you, and I think going to college you could genuinely find yourself and just become your own person.
The best piece of advice that I would give a student is take your time. The college process is a long one. Start it as soon as you feel like you're ready to start college, right? Research those schools. When you are researching the schools, don't just look at, okay, do they have my major, or do they have the sorority or fraternity I want to join, or the extracurricular activity? No. Look at the school itself. Look at the neighborhood. Look at what the students are doing within the community. Look at what's happening on campus, what's available to you. These are all the things that make the college experience. These are all the things that adds to the students' profession, adds to the students' growth.
My best piece of advice for students is to know it's okay to change a major. It's okay to come into a college not knowing what you're doing and finding yourself while you're in college. I definitely do think that more students change their minds on their career paths than high school students realize, so that's totally okay.
It's gonna be silly, but like, relax. You're not going to, but know that everything's going to be okay and everything's going to work out, and not to do what people say you should do. So I work at a conservatory school where one of our top majors is musical theater and dance, and do what you want to do. Go to musical theater and dance. Do not listen to somebody if they say that's not going to have you any money, that's not a good major, you're not going to get a job. Do what you want to do and you'll figure it out later on.
So when you are going through this process, take deep breaths, take your time, and really research what you want to do in the college itself.
That's important to know, is that the most crucial step is finding the best schools out there for your list that meet your needs.